and directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz. And you talk about great runs of careers. In 1949, you have him doing Letter to Three Wives, for which he gets the Oscar for writing and directing. 1950, All About Eve, he gets the Oscar for writing and directing 2 years in a row. And then movies like No Way Out and then others, and later then came Barefoot Contessa and other films, really. But this is such a witty, wonderful script. Great lines, wonderful cast with Jeanne Crain, Ann Sothern, Linda Darnell, Paul Douglas, Jeffrey Lynn, and then these wonderful character actors like Thelma Ritter and Connie Gilchrist, the wonderful Florence Bates, who's one of my all-time favorite character actresses.
Wow!
And it's very early Kirk Douglas.
Well, this movie also stars one of my personal favorites. I mean, a woman I just can't take my eyes off of is Jeanne Crain. I mean, she was one of the most beautiful women that ever worked in the movie business. And she had a large family. She was married and had 7 children.
Yeah. That kind of did her career in. She was a great favorite of Darryl Zanuck, who was the head of Fox. He loved her, and he cast her in almost every movie that had a part for her, but she couldn't do a lot of them. I mean, she was supposed to be Eve in All About Eve. She was the first choice in that, but she was always pregnant. And so finally he gave up on her because she was always home. She wanted to have kids, and she had a large family.
Talk, if you would, for a bit about Ann Sothern's movie career.
Well, this was one of her first movies away from MGM after she'd been under contract with them for years. And Ann Sothern was a wonderful actress that had been at RKO for many years, then went to MGM and had this really long career, and the public loved her, really loved her, but they never really used her properly at MGM. She did Maisie movies, which were kind of B pictures that were very popular, and she'd occasionally do an A picture, but not with any great enthusiasm from MGM. She never got a great part like she has in A Letter to Three Wives at MGM during her career there. But she also has another great beauty in this movie, is Linda Darnell.
Exactly.
And she'd been in all the Tyrone Power movies, and always a beautiful, beautiful face and everything, but was never given credit much for being an actress. And then she started doing things like My Darling Clementine for John Ford, which people kind of noticed her a little more as an actress, but then she did this one. And for the first time, she's still in her 20s, but she has kind of a hard edge to her in this movie that she never had in a film before. And she reads these witty lines in a way that kind of opened up a whole new career for her.
How do I look?
If I was you, I'd show more of what I got. Maybe wear something with beads.
What I got don't need beads.
And we can't forget that the cinematographer on this film, Arthur C. Miller, won 3 Oscars in his career and was nominated for 4 others.
And the screenplay is by Vera Caspary, who wrote, of all things, Laura.
The novel.
The original novel, yeah.
Exactly.
Couldn't be more different than Laura.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's the movie from 1949, a double Academy Award winner for screenwriter and director Joseph L. Mankiewicz, A Letter to Three Wives.